Students, welcome to online classes. I am Virupaksha BP. I am dealing with chemistry subject. Today I am going to start some basic concepts of chemistry. This is the first chapter in chemistry subject. Lecturer 1.1 is first chapter and first lecturer. Okay. Before going to start lesson, let us know what is the weightage of this chapter. From this chapter in board exam, they will ask 1 mark question 1, 2 mark question 1, and 5 mark question 1. Total 8 marks. Total 8 marks. Weightage of this chapter is 8 marks. Now let us start introduction of this chapter. Introduction of this chapter. Introduction of this chapter. Okay. Now let us start introduction with what is chemistry. What is chemistry? What is chemistry? What is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with study of composition, structure and properties of matter is called chemistry. Or generally we can say like this also. Chemistry means history of chemicals or history of chemical reactions, or we can say like this also history of elements. Okay, but in scientifically we can define like this. Chemistry is a branch of science. Chemistry is a branch of science. Is a branch of science. Is a branch of science which deals with which deals with composition, structure and properties of matter and properties of matter is called chemistry. What is the meaning of chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with composition, structure and properties of matter. Means the study of matter is called chemistry. Composition of matter means that which type of particles are present in matter or in which ratio the particles are combined together. The study of composition and structure. In structure of matter, how the particles are arranged, and in properties of matter, there are two types of properties are there. One is physical properties, another one is chemical properties. In physical properties, we are going to study about physical nature, physical state of matter, or color of matter, boiling point of matter, density of matter, melting point of matter. These all things we study in chemistry. What is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with composition, structure and properties of matter. Next, what is the importance of chemistry? Let us discuss what is the importance of chemistry. Importance of chemistry. The first one, chemistry plays an important role in our daily life. Why? Because the air we breathe, clothes we wear, food we eat. So these all things are based on the principles of chemistry. So chemistry plays an important role in our daily life. Man cannot imagine his routine daily life activities without contribution of chemistry. Okay? Chemistry plays an important role. Chemistry plays an important role in daily life. Daily life. In daily life. The second importance of chemistry is chemistry plays an important or central role in science. Chemistry plays an central role in science. And is often intertwined with other branches of science. Yes. The second importance is chemistry is a central role in science. Yes, chemistry it supports other branches of science like physics or biology, and is often intertwined with other branches of science. Yes, chemistry it is very close to other branches of science like physics and biology. The third importance of chemistry is chemistry provides methods for isolation of life-saving drugs. Chemistry provides methods for isolation of life-saving drugs. Life-saving drugs from natural source or synthesis. Yes. Even in the synthesis of drugs also chemistry plays an important role, because this chemistry, the principles of chemistry, it provides methods how we can prepare, how we can produce drugs. That's why chemistry also important in providing methods for isolations of life-saving drugs from natural source or synthesis. For example for drugs, cisplatin and Topsol. These two drugs are prepared on the basis of principles of chemistry, and these two drugs are used for cancer therapy. One more example is AZT. Its full form is azidothiamidine. This drug is used for AIDS treatment. This is used for AIDS treatment. This is the third importance of chemistry. Okay, next, fourth importance of chemistry. The fourth one. Chemistry plays an important role in providing clothes, food and shelter. Okay, chemistry plays an important role. Chemistry plays an important role in providing clothes, clothes, food and shelter, shelter. This is the fourth importance of chemistry. Next, the fifth one. Chemistry plays an important role in manufacture of fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides. These all are helpful to the human life, either directly or indirectly. Chemistry plays an important role. Plays an important role. Plays an important role in manufacture of fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides. These all are more useful or helpful to the human life, either by directly or indirectly. This is the fifth importance of chemistry. Next, the sixth one. Chemistry, it plays an important role in controlling pollution and industrial waste. It plays an important role in controlling pollution and industrial waste. These are the importance of chemistry. The first one is chemistry plays an important role in daily life. The second one is chemistry plays a central role in science and is often intertwined with other branches of science. Often intertwined means very close. The chemistry subject is very close to other branches like physics and biology. Next, chemistry provides methods for isolation of life-saving drugs. Either it may be natural or synthesis. For example, cisplatin. This is very important. For exam point of view, this drug name is very important. In exam, they may ask, give one example for life-saving drugs. You may give cisplatin or Toxal. These are used for cancer therapy. And the second one is AZD, azithromycin. It is used for AIDS treatment. And the next importance of chemistry is chemistry plays an important role in providing clothes, food and shelter. And the fifth one, chemistry plays an important role in manufacture of fertilizers, pesticides and insecticides. These are helpful to human life either by directly or indirectly. The sixth one, chemistry also helps in controlling pollution and industrial waste. The next concept is nature of matter. Let us discuss about matter and its classification. How the matter is classified. First, what is matter? What is matter? Anything which occupies some space. Anything which occupies some space and having mass is called matter. For example, board. Right? It has some definite mass and it occupies some space on the wall or chalk piece. It also has some definite mass and it occupies some space or pencil, pen or table or duster. It also matters. Why? Because it has some definite mass and it occupies some space. It's called matter. What is the meaning of matter? Anything which occupy some space and having mass is called matter. Anything which occupies some space and having mass. Chalk piece, pencil, table, anything. Example, just chalk piece, pen, table, etc. These all comes under the matter. Okay, next let us start discussion about the classification of matter. Actually, matter is mainly classified into two categories. One is physical classification, the second one is chemical classification. Matter, it is mainly classified into two categories. The one is physical classification. The second one is chemical classification. Okay. In physical classification, based on the physical state, matter is further classified into three types. The first one is solid. The second one is liquids. The third one is gas. Based on the physical state, matter is classified into three types: solid, liquid, and gas. In chemical classification, based on the chemical composition, matter is classified into two types. It is classified into two types. One is the pure substance. And the second one is mixture. And this pure substance further classified into two types. One is element, and the second one is compound. The one is element and the second one is compound. This mixture also further classified into two types. The first one is homogeneous mixture. And the second one is heterogeneous. This is the classification of matter. What is the matter? Anything which occupies some space and having mass is called matter. This matter is mainly classified into two categories. One is physical classification, another one is chemical classification. In physical classification, based on the physical state, matter is classified into three types. One is solid, liquid, and gas. In chemical classification, based on the chemical composition, matter is classified into two types. One is pure substance, the second one is mixture. These pure substance is further classified into two types. One is element, the second one is compound. These mixtures also further classified into two types. One is homogeneous mixture and second one is heterogeneous mixture. Now let us start discussion one by one. First, let us take physical classification. In physical classification, based on this classification is based on this. It is based on physical state. Under ordinary condition. ordinary conditions of temperature and pressure. Under the ordinary conditions of temperature and pressure. Ordinary conditions of pressure. This physical classification is based on the physical state. At given are ordinary conditions of temperature and pressure. Matter is classified into three types. One is solid, liquid, and gas. The first one is solids. In solids, the particles are held together very strongly. In solids, the particles are held together very strongly, and the particles are present very close to each other. Right? In solid state, these particles are arranged very close to each other, and they held together by very strongly. In solids, particles are held together very strongly, and they are very close to each other, Therefore, solids have definite shape and definite volume. Why solids have definite shape and definite volume? Because in solid, particles are held together very strongly, and they are arranged very close to each other. That's why solids have definite shape and definite volume. Solids have definite shape and definite volume. Definite shape and definite volume. Example. You can do anything. Gold is very familiar to everyone, right? Gold also solid. In gold also the particles are held together by very strong attraction force, and they are also very close to each other. Solid, iron, or etc. Okay, these are the properties of solids. The second one is liquids. In liquids, the particles are held together very strongly, and they are close to each other. But not as strong as in solids. Okay. In liquids also the particles are held together very strongly, and they are close to each other, but not as strong as in solids. As compared to solids, in liquid these particles are held together loosely when you compare to solids. That's why liquids have definite volume but not definite shape. Why they don't have definite shape? Because in liquids the particles are loosely bonded, or they held together loosely as compared to solids. In liquids the particles are held together very strongly, very strongly, very strongly, very strongly, and close to each other, close to each other, close to each other, close to each other, but not as strongly, strongly as in solids, as in solids, as in solids. That's why liquids have definite volume but not definite shape. Why? Because here they held together very loosely as compared to solids. Okay, liquids have definite volume, definite volume, but not definite shape, not definite shape, not definite shape. But generally the shape of the liquids depends upon the container in which they are placed. The shape of the liquid we take depends upon the container, depends upon the shape of the container. Examples: water, mercury, oil, milk, and etc. These are the examples for liquids. Okay. In gas, the particles are held together very loosely. They are held together very loosely, and the particles are more away from each other. They are more away from each other. In gases, the particles are held together by very loosely. They held together very loosely, and they are more away from each other. They are more away from each other. They are more away from each other. That's why gases have no definite shape and no definite volume. In gases, the particles are very loosely held together, and more away from each other, and more away from each other. Therefore, gases have no definite shape and no definite volume. That's why gases have no definite shape, no definite shape and definite volume. Example: oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and etc. And gases, they completely occupy the container. For example, you take round bottom flask. This is the round bottom flask. You take oxygen gas in round bottom flask. When you add oxygen to round bottom flask, the oxygen will occupy entire space in the round bottom flask. This oxygen will occupy entire space in the round bottom flask. That's why they don't have definite shape and definite volume. This is the physical classification of matter. First one is solids, the second one is liquids, and the third one is gas. Next, solids, liquids, and gases are interconvertible. Solids, liquids, and gases are interconvertible. By changing the conditions of temperature. By changing the conditions of temperature and pressure. By changing temperature and pressure, we can convert from solids to liquid and liquids to gas, or gas to liquid, or liquids to solid. See here, solid. When solid is heated, this solid is converted into liquids. When liquids are heated, they are converted into gases. When gases are cooled, gases will again converted back to liquids. When gases are cooled, the gases will converted into liquid. When liquids are cooled, the liquids will converted into solids. That's why solids, liquids, and gases are interconvertible by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure. By heating, we can convert solid to liquid. Further heating, so liquids are converted into gases. By cooling, gases will come back to the liquid state. Further cooling, liquid will come back to the solid state. Okay, this is the physical classification of matter. In today's class, we have started some basic concepts of chemistry. Really, it is a basic chapter for all remaining chapters in first PU and second PU. In today's class, we have discussed about weightage of this chapter. Weightage of this chapter is 8 marks. From this chapter, they will ask 1 mark question 1, 2 mark question 1, and 5 mark question. Total weightage of this chapter is 8 marks. In today's class, we are discussed about what is chemistry. What is chemistry? Chemistry is a branch of science which deals with study of composition, structure, and properties of matter. Next, we are discussed about what is matter and classification of matter. Matter is mainly classified into 2 categories. One is physical classification and second one is chemical classification. In today's class, we are discussed about physical classification. In physical classification, matter is classified into 3 types: solids, liquids, and gases. We are discussed about solids, liquids, and gases. In next class, we will discuss about chemical classification. Thank you.